And thanks for choosing us. This is the home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism. I am Ernest Menu. This afternoon, there's a lifeline to save a financially distressed nation drowning in corruption. Anti-graft campaigners want government to utilize the latest corruption survey to crack down on the menace, which has become a deep-rooted problem in Ghana. The Ghana Statistical Service, in a report commissioned by Shraj on the prevalence of corruption in both the public and private sectors, noted that at least 5 billion Ghana Cedis worth of bribes were paid in 2021 alone. This morning, the following news text report.
The Ghana Statistical Service 2021 Ghana Integrity of Public Services Survey noted that about 5 billion Ghana Cedis was paid as bribe in both the private and public sectors. The amount was realized from more than 17.4 million transactions. The report indicates that 26.7% of public sector officials were engaged in acts of corruption, with 9.1% being private sector officials. Here's government statistician Professor Samuel Kobina Enim.
10.3% of our population, of our citizens, the adult population, were offered money ahead of the elections, and they did indicate that 4.2% of them indicated that another family member was offered money for the same. How is this affecting our economy? We quantified it, and it's 5 billion Ghana Cedis in the year 2021.
The report also indicated that people aged between 25 and 34 are the most likely to pay bribes. The list of top 10 public agencies found to be taking the most bribes is dominated by the security agencies, with the Ghana Police Service culpable for more than half of all the cases. The report further noted that persons with the highest level of education are close to 2 times more likely to pay bribes than those with no formal education. Justice of the Supreme Court, Yoni Kulendi, is worried that the persistence of this trend of corruption, if not checked, will undermine democracy and weaken national security.
It is fast draining the public purse, it's creating barriers to economic development, decreasing effectiveness and efficiency of public services, eroding the legitimacy of government, and will ultimately bring down our democracy and upset our national security.
And that was a News Desk report. Let's bring in the Deputy Commissioner of Shraj, Richard Quayson, for more on this. Thank you very much, sir, for your time here on the Midday News. So finally, we have some data to back the long-existed corruption perception. This must be some real boost for your work at Shraj, isn't it?
Yes. I think now the reality behind the perception has come out for all of us to, as it were, know where we have our challenges. And I believe that it calls for action to address these challenges.
What is the plan then in utilizing this data to beat corruption?
Yes, I did indicate yesterday that the primary objective for the survey was for us to get scientific data to be able to do targeted policy intervention. So that is what we are going to do now. First, we're going to put together the final report, which we shared yesterday. That was a conference session. So we are now going to finalize the formal version between today and tomorrow. And then we'll start our engagement with the government, parliament, the judiciary, then roll it on, well, these are the arms of government. And then from there, we'll roll it on to other public sector institutions. Of course, we also have in mind the public that actually pays the bribe. So we'll have a lot of engagement also with the public.
We'll wait and see how that pans out. But given the quantum, the sheer numbers, the gravity of the survey, 17.3 transactions alone resulting in this 5 billion cedis that we've seen in 2021, would you say that corruption has become more entrenched and accepted by Ghanaians, and that the fight will be more difficult going forward?
Well, I wouldn't say entrenched. I would rather say it's become endemic or pervasive, and it's we all have to understand that you cannot have a system that has such a level of corruption and the system can really succeed. Corruption is a big danger to our democracy and our nation building. And we believe that we have to all accept responsibility for what is going on. This is not you have done it, somebody has done it. All of us have contributed, either by way of direct contribution or by complicity. And so all of us must agree to work together and address it. One of even the most dangerous part of the revelation from this survey is that it is rather those who have had higher education that is either paying or demanding by that's the highest number. That also shows that probably the orientation of education has somehow failed the nation, and we must begin to reorient our education properly.
Thank you very much for your time. That's Deputy Commissioner of Shraj, Richard Quayson, there speaking to us on the latest corruption survey put together by the UNDCO as well as the Statistical Service and Shraj this afternoon.